Hey everyone, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2 with me, Sim Farmer, for episode 2 of our Let's Play series. So the first episode we put our first 3 transport routes in, with one of them being the construction materials to Great Yarmouth. The other one was the food production line to Sleaford, and then over Shoreham by Sea we got our third line in, delivering food to here. So currently these 3 lines are well up and running. As you can see here, we've got a 110% rate on that supply, so we're exceeding the demand there currently. So Shoreham by Sea is doing very well. One thing I did change here since the last episode was I added this road in, just coming down here, just to straighten that off a little bit. So the carts do still loop around, so they come down this way, drop off here, and then go back out that way. But it does just shorten the route a little bit, make it a little bit more efficient. So those are doing okay. The line down here for Great Yarmouth, I just changed this around slightly, so I added the entrance exit road here and put a road in there so the carts can come straight into that depot rather than go around this bit. So that's just made that a little bit quicker and more efficient, and I did the same on this depot here. I just added the entrance exit there and put that road in, just so they're not coming off around this way into there. They just drive straight in and out. So again, both of these lines are doing really well. So we're currently 80% on this one, but that does go up to 100 and then drops back down. It just depends on what deliveries have been made, but we are 90 to 80 to 90%, 100% on that one. Sleaford is the one line we do have a slight issue on now, as the demand has exceeded 100, and currently we're only supplying grain from the one farm. So we've maxed out the production here of 200, and that's a 2-for-1 ratio, so the most we can get out of this now is 100. So we are 100 out of 200 production. So to increase that, to get the excess we need above 100, we're going to have to look at getting some grain from this farm, so Padstow farm, to deliver to there. Because it's such a small amount at the moment, it's only about 15, and we're still meeting 90%. I'm not going to worry too much about that just now. So as you can see on our lines, we are not making huge amounts of profit, but we are making profit on every line now. The lowest being the food to Sleaford, which it's a fairly short run, so we're not travelling far, so it's to be expected that we're not going to make as much money on that one. We are up to 4.4 million because I've sped up time a little bit just to keep things moving between episodes, so we're up to 1860 now. I don't think the first upgrade vehicles are available until 1870, so another 10 years before we get to that. So what we're going to do today is just continue expanding the transport network, so we're going to get some more lines in. 2 of the lines I've looked at is the fuel line to Coggeshall. So Coggeshall's got a demand of 73 for fuel. There's a fuel refinery just here, oil refinery here, and then just over here we've got an oil well. Wood Green also requires fuel, but I don't want to have the trucks bringing fuel back here, transferring it to the line for there, because we'd have to have trucks going through Wood Green. Because of the demand, and this is a 2-for-1, so 2 crude oil to 1 oil. We'd have to have double the amount of trucks on here than what's going there, so a lot of the trucks coming through there aren't going to be carrying much. So we're going to have a lot of traffic going through Wood Green that's going to be empty, half empty, or so going through there unnecessarily. So I'd rather avoid going through there with those. And also I don't particularly like doing lines that carry multiple goods, or I know it kind of financially obviously makes more sense because you're making more money not coming back empty, but it's more difficult to keep the line efficient because it's difficult to work out the rate for each different product if it's using like multiple lines. So for now we'll just do it to Coggeshall, because I really want to try and start building this one up as well, and then we can get some passengers moving between Great Yarmouth and Sleaford, because we've already got, we're getting blue lines between these, so we are getting people moving between them. So that's a good indication of starting to put in a bus route for now until we can get some trains going. They're fairly close together, so should be able to make some money off a simple bus route. Just have bus stops somewhere in the town, then just one bus stop each end that just have buses going backwards and forwards. So nothing too fancy, nice and simple. But first what we're going to do is get this fuel line set up. So to start with, we'll get the depot. So we want platform left, just one, 30 meters long. Let's rotate that round a bit. Straighten that up. Somewhere close anyway. And we'll get that down there. And then we'll get the... What we'll do first is we'll change the road. So we need to go off that direction. So I think if we delete that section there, we kind of head off in that direction. Put that back even though it doesn't really need it. So do short sections to keep this fairly cheap. And we'll just go straight across again. Meet up with that junction over there. That'll do. So not perfectly straight. It's a bit of an annoying kink there, but it'll do for now. So what we'll do then, we'll just get a drop-off point. There, and then we'll just do similar what we did before. We'll pull on curve. Just kind of put a loop round so traffic can loop back round, and then we'll get that line put in. So we want lines, new line, Wood Green sidings to Richmond Road. Yeah, traffic will come round here and then just drop off and then straight back down, so there's no crossover there. This line is crude oil, so we'll colour that black. And then we'll change that to, so we are Wood Green, no, oil to Wood Green Oil Refinery. So line 1, we'll change that to crude oil to Wood Green OR for oil refinery, and what we'll do is put the RT for road transport. That's that line done. So we'll build the depot down this end because it's quite a far distance, and then we'll get the first truck on there so we can start getting some crude oil being produced. Let's drop that down there, and we want to buy one single horse-drawn cart for now. And there we go, there's the first one. There's the first crude oil being produced. So next we need to get another depot in to go from here to join up with that road over there. So if we go kind of try and put it at a slight angle so we heading straight out in the right direction. And then what we'll do, we'll configure this. So we'll add another couple of cargo bays on just to help we don't lose too much material. Put an entrance exit there. And then we'll just come straight out. And then join up with that road over here. So that's the depot for there. And this should be nice and easy. So what we want is another drop off point just here for the fuel, because we're not taking anything back at the moment. We'll just use the cargo drop off. So we want stuff to come round. Yeah, loop up that way. So we drop that there, and then if we put a street in across there, let's get that line set up. So we want lines, new line. Wood Green branch to Grange Road. This one, so this is refined oil, so just go for a slightly lighter grey colour. And then we want this one to be road transport. So this is refined oil. And then we want to go to the Coggeshall FTR, fuel refinery. Well, that's that line done. And then what we'll do this end, we'll put a depot in here, because we're going to have to put another line going in, so it's kind of serves both lines rather than everything travel up from one end. So we'll just drop that in there. Again, we'll just get one coach on there now, so we're getting the demand between the two. So this one wants to go onto the refined oil. So hopefully by the time that gets there, we may have the first vehicle come. So let's get a few more trucks on here. So it's 8 vehicles on there now. We've got plenty of fuel there waiting to be delivered. And where the first truck is on this line. There it is. There's our first 4 crude oil. Still got a long way to go. What we'll also do is colour that black, although it doesn't really make much difference visually unless you're really up close. So that line's in. So the next line will be into Coggeshall itself, delivering fuel. So industrial areas around here, so we'll drop off the fuel somewhere where we can pick up the large majority of it, which seems to be round about there. I'll drop that down there, and then what we'll do is we're going to be coming from this direction. Maybe if we extend that road a little bit, I'm able to loop the traffic round, wander around that way and then back out. So we need another depot over here. Spin that round. And again, what we'll do, we'll configure this one, add the other entrance in this end, and then just connect that street up. And we want a new line to go from Coggeshall South to Coggeshall. That's looping rate. It's quite a big long loop around, but it'll work for now. So we'll colour this one a fairly bright red for fuel. And then this one wants to be road transport, so RT fuel to Coggeshall. So that's that line done. We won't put the truck on there yet. We'll start seeing if anything's getting produced down here. So what we'll do, we'll just speed up time a little bit so we can get things moving a bit quicker. Here's our first 4 crude oil being delivered. And there's our first fuel, refined oil I should say. Now it's going to be a case of just waiting for demand to kick in. So we need, so the current rate supply or demand is 74, so we're going to need, the fuel, oil to fuel is 1:1 ratio, so we're going to need a rate of 74 across that line. So we're going to need around about 150 on this one. We currently have 117. What we'll do first is just add a few extra bays on here. Yeah, so the current rate is 22, so we'll double that up again. Which takes up to 44. We'll wait for those to clear through, and then we'll get another 8 on. And then once this line's up and running, we'll look at getting another one in, and then possibly look at getting some of the passenger lines done as well today. Okay, so the new line is all up and running now. So I've pretty much got all the trucks on to meet the demand. So we are starting to get some fuel delivered here now, and the demand is going up as well. So it'll be a case the same as the others. We'll kind of keep on top of this, micromanage it to keep up with the demand. So currently the rate is 80 on that line. We've just now gone slightly below, but that's not too bad. And on this line we are 83, so just above what we need for that one. And then on the big line we're at 168, so we're well over for that one for now. So all 3 lines are now making profit. You can see now the crude oil line is already our second highest profiting line, and it's only just got up and running. So that's good to see. So we'll leave that one to keep going now for a bit. I say hopefully that should help Coggeshall grow, which will increase demand on passengers between Great Yarmouth and here. I don't think we'll see any change just yet. No, there's still around about 5 on that route, and then about 13 on that one. So we'll leave those going. So the next line I want to try and get in to expand our transport empire is over here at March. So they've currently got the demand of 69 for tools. And handily there is a tools factory just here that only requires planks. And then just a little bit further down here we have a sawmill and a forest. So again, it's a nice simple, we'll just take logs from here, drop them off here, then planks from there to their tools, and then ship the tools into March. So this will be another line that will help make us a little bit more profit. So we'll get a road in first, probably just kind of curve around that way. Trying to avoid that slightly hilly bit there. What we'll do, we'll just take this up to the end of that road there. So we'll get a depot in just here somewhere, and then we can loop back around that way, and we'll get our depot in down here by the forest. And if we come this way around, it might be a bit cheaper, just a little bit. Get that dropped in there. For this one, we'll put the depot down this end. And then we'll get the new line. So March sidings to West Street. And this one we want as logs, so we'll, I don't know if we've used that colour. Kind of a dark browny colour. So we'll call this one road transport logs to, I presume that's March Sawmill. Yep, March Sawmill number 2. There's another sawmill around here somewhere. Oh yeah, just over there. It's a little bit too far, and doesn't look like there's any forests around that area for you to use that one. That's the first line in. That'll take logs to the sawmill. We've got our first vehicle on that one. And then what we want is another depot in here. Now what we'll do, we'll configure this one. We'll just add another couple of platforms on and another street access to that end. Then we'll bring the road out. Let's get rid of this curvy road. Turn that back up. I know that makes no difference, we could completely delete that, but I'd like to just reconnect the roads. So we'll go down this way over to the tools factory. So this already kind of has a slight loop area if we can connect it up. We'll get a drop-off depot in there, and let's get that line set up. New line, March East to George Street. Have I got that right around? Yep. So this one's planks, so we'll glue kind of like a fresh wood cut colour, and that'll do for now. And then we'll call this one road transport planks to March Tools Factory. Again, we'll get a truck on that one. That's already piled up with logs, so we'll get a few more trucks on that line first. So we'll get 8 going on that line, which gives us a rate of 37. Yes, 2 logs to 1 plank, so we're going to need double on that line. So what we'll do now is get the next line in from here. So we need another depot I think that angle's not too bad. And what we'll do with this, we'll add the other street access on that end, and then we can have the road just coming straight in. And then we want the drop-off point. I think somewhere down there looks good. That looks like it's covering a large majority of that area. And then we'll get that line created. So a new line, March transfer to St John's Road. We'll give this one a slightly bluey colour, kind of matches the tool symbol. I think that one will do. So we'll call this one RT Tools to March. So we'll speed up time so we can start getting the goods flowing. Yeah, we've already got a huge pile of logs here. They're currently a rate of 37 on that line, so it's double those again. That takes up to 16, which is a rate of 74. So we need 100 and... what was it? So 140, give or take. We'll keep adding trucks on there, and then we'll, once we start getting some production here, we can start adding trucks there, and we'll build it up the same as the other lines and get those going, and that'll hopefully massively increase our profits. Okay, so the tools line is all up and running now. Currently got a rate of 82 on this. Still taking a little bit for some of these trucks to get through. I've only just added a few more. I think they're just the next load coming through here. So I'll start picking up these and start going through to March. So we're currently 60% on that. It's gone up to 85 now, so it's slightly less. So that demand grows quite quick when you get going. So we're already up to 85 from, what's it, I think it was 69 when we started. So that's increasing. I think the rate on this one is 171, so we were okay there for a bit. And then the rate on this one, we've got 91 throughput on that one, so that's just slightly over what we need. We're making profit on all these again. So the tools to March is a bit low now, but that'll start increasing the rest of the carts I've got onto the route. So currently our highest profiting line is still the grain Shoreham food processor, 140,000, but not far behind is the crude oil. They're kind of bouncing between each other. So yeah, we're all in blue, which is good to see. So all of those are doing well, so we can leave those as they are. So if we go back over to here and see if we've got any changes on the patch. So we've got 6 going through. That's gone up slightly from last time we checked. And now, yeah, we've got huge increase on this side. We're up to 1920 now, so definitely look to get a bus route in across here. So while we'll do this, we'll just slow time down a little bit. So yeah, I don't want to do anything like too elaborate at the moment. So it is literally just going to be a bus stop somewhere that covers the large majority of the area. We're not going to cover all of it. If we can get it somewhere in the centre that's going to cover a large part of the town. So possibly there, because then we can get the buses to loop in round, and then we'll do the same in Great Yarmouth. What we'll do here is I'll drop one bus route there. I don't know where the nearest depot is. I don't think we have any depots near the town, so we'll put one just outside Great Yarmouth for now, as usual, because it's the central place. This is just a very basic bus route. It will make money. It's not, I say, anything amazingly special, but it will start making money. So we'll go one stagecoach for now, and then we want a new line. So we'll go from New Street and then to the Crescent. Right, so we need to what's that saying? Oh, I've gone the wrong one, haven't I? That's not the that's not the bus stop. I'm wondering then why is that not showing up right? It's because I've clicked on the cargo depot. Right. Manage line. So we want to get rid of that one and add to that one. There we go, that's better. I'll give this one a nice purpley colour, just so it stands out a bit. And then we'll call this one CC for cross country, because we're going cross country between two towns. And we'll go, I can't remember the name of this place, Sleaford to Great Yarmouth. So Sleaford to Great Yarmouth. Check this and see how we it's routed round. So yeah, that just comes in, picks up, drops off there, and then straight back out. So there's our first horse-drawn cart. No passengers yet. I always find passengers take a little bit longer to pick up the demand, especially because they go more on the rate. And at the moment, the rate of this line is going to be like 28 minutes. Nobody's going to get that. So we could possibly have to add a few more buses on there to get it going. So we'll get another 3 on there for now. Oh, so there we go, passengers waiting. There's our first passenger, Matilda Thompson. Hope you enjoy your cross-country trip in our new horse-drawn carriage. So yeah, we've got passengers at this end as well. So 2 passengers waiting here, waiting to go to Great Yarmouth. That's all good. Took a little bit, didn't take as long as I expected it to. So we'll do the same here. We'll just get one bus stop somewhere kind of centralised. So somewhere we can pick up the large majority of the town. We're not going to get all of it. We'll do one bus stop, and then we'll put another one in. So rather than have loads of buses going to this one stop, we put another one in just here. That should be within walking distance for anybody that wants to transfer over. So I think there should do, and then we'll new line. So Queen's Road. Make sure I click on the right one this time. To Alexander Road. That's great, they could just come in and loop round like that. We'll give that one the kind of purpley colour as well. And then we'll call this one Cross Country. So we go Great Yarmouth to Coggeshall. And then we'll just go 4 straight away with this one. We'll get those on the Great Yarmouth line. Let's just quickly check back over here. We've still got one person waiting. Is it still... 4 people waiting now. So 5 people, so yeah, we're starting to get a good amount of passengers there. Well, let's watch this one, and we'll just speed up time a little bit. The first cross-country, say horse-drawn carriage route. I say we won't make a huge amount of money on this, but it does start getting passengers moving and will help increase our profits a little bit. I've never done successfully well with the in-town bus routes. So they're going off to Great Yarmouth, so we have got passengers there. So one there. So 19 people waiting there now. So I think we'll get another... Get another 4 on there to bring that rate down a bit. So the frequency is down to 3 minutes now. Let's have a look on here. We've got 27 passengers now, 12 on that for that line. So you can see we've already increased the amount of passengers being moved now. Okay, so both our routes are well up and running now. Just added a few more carriages to this line for the Great Yarmouth to Coggeshall. So both are now making, well, they were both making profit. This one is now slightly minus with those new carriages on. We can see the Sleaford line's 39,000 profit on that one we're making, which is more than some of our shorter cargo routes. Great Yarmouth, say that one we'll start making profit in a bit once we get a few more passengers going. So it's just that negative with those new lines on. So it's our first 2 passenger routes, and you can see the knock-on effect on here with the passengers line. We've got pretty high usage down these roads now. If you look, Great Yarmouth destinations, we've got 75% line usage going to Coggeshall and 71% going to Sleaford. So that could be improved slightly. I don't know how we would improve that. Maybe just lower the frequency a little bit between the 2 lines. This line is currently a frequency of 47 seconds. So that could probably be brought down to around about 30 seconds, may help a little bit. And then on this line we are currently on the line. So frequency on this one is 64 seconds, which is still a little bit high. So you could do bringing that one down as well. That may help improve those up closer to 80+%. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's got us started. I say we've got quite a lot of passengers built up here. 34 waiting there, and I think again Sleaford we've got not so bad now. It seems to have cleared up most of the passengers. We had, I think, around about 40-50 passengers waiting here. I think we're at that point now where we've probably just about got enough carriages. That one's going to go probably empty, or 1 passenger. So yeah, I don't think possibly putting any more on will benefit us at the moment. Food wise, say we'll look at sorting that out next time. Probably getting the other grain line in there to help, because hopefully the demand for grain food may start increasing now we've got some passengers moving. The other line we put in the fuel line. So Coggeshall fuel wise, yeah, that needs increasing now. We've only hitting 70-80% on the on that line, so we could do a few more carts on that one. And then over here at March, looks like we've got quite a lot of tools built up there. So yeah, demand's 105 now, so we're currently hitting about 78% here as well. So I'll fine tune these again in between the next episode, probably skip through a few more years as well, just to keep things progressing. And then we should be far off getting the first of the upgraded road vehicles. And I think then, I don't know what else, because I've had a good look around the map and it's difficult to find what else we can actually do with trucks. So it may be time to start looking at possibly getting a train line in and getting some goods moving via a train line, because we are kind of getting on that distances for trucks is a little bit too far for although it's possible, if you've got enough trucks on there, any route can work with trucks. You could go all the way across the map as long as you've got enough trucks to keep up the rate. It will work, but they probably wouldn't make much money. Take them a hell of a long time to get to the destinations. But we are getting there. So another 2 cargo routes and 2 bus routes for this episode. We are really growing these towns now. So we've got 3 good towns growing up. And then Cogshaw's up to 423. So that's grown quite a bit. It looks like we've got a lot of passengers built up this end as well now. But maybe get a few more carriages on this line. But yeah, so we'll leave it there for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please don't forget to hit the like button. If you've got any comments or suggestions for future episodes, then please leave it in the comment section and I'll take it into consideration. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. We've got Let's Play videos on Transport Fever 2 and also Farming Simulator 22 currently at the moment. So if you want to keep up with the latest videos on those series, then yeah, consider subscribing so you can keep up to date with those. So again, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.